Welcome to Versasec Summer Series 2025. I'm Ivan Denchev and I'm a pre-sales engineer at Versasec. We're a Swedish-based company with offices all around the globe. I've personally lived for 6 years in Belgium and 10 years in Germany, but my roots brought me back to Bulgaria, one of the oldest European countries. My goal today is to showcase to you how vSEC CMS helps organizations manage their credentials at scale with efficiency, with security, and most important, with auditability for compliance. So let's dive in. So what Versasec does is it empowers organizations of all sizes to effortlessly manage digital identities. Our solutions are scalable, intuitive, and built with innovation in mind. Notice that more than half of our customers come from government and technologies. These are sectors where security and reliability are critical. Our orchestration guarantees consistent, efficient, and compliant results. Automation workflows and no-code integrations handle the heavy lifting, freeing up resources and time that used to be spent on manual tasks. With vSEC CMS, you get through end-to-end orchestration for all credential management tasks. This means issuing, renewing, revoking, and unblocking credentials is all streamlined into one single platform. Everything is handled by automated workflows thanks to templates, ensuring that what used to be complex or manual processes are now fast and reliable. A real-world example that illustrates the power of managing credentials from a single platform. A customer called Air Hydropower serves numerous government agencies and saw a rapid growth with a small IT team. They had a hybrid deployment with PIV smart cards and FIDO tokens, but credential management was fully manual and very slow. That meant onboarding delays, slow revocation, and overwhelmed IT. After deploying vSEC CMS, all their credentials, PKI cards, FIDO tokens, and physical access devices were managed through one platform, vSEC CMS. Onboarding became automated, audit logs appeared in real time, and IT regained capacity while security reliability increased significantly. Okay, so maybe that's enough stories about vSEC CMS for now. Let's focus on PKI. That's where my background lies, and it's still, until today, one of the most exciting topics for me. Here's what's managed with vSEC CMS. Cryptographic operations like digital signatures and encryption. Certificate management. This is one of the most annoying topics I've ever seen in my career. Imagine having to manage multiple certificates, let alone having hundreds or thousands of them. Smart card batch issuance, now also available for FIDO since our latest release called vSEC CMS 7.1. PIN unblock, including offline and online options, and air-gapped capabilities for highly secure use cases. You can see we've been managing PKI credentials since 2007. That's nearly 2 decades of development based on real-world needs. Our clients span government, technology, finance, healthcare, and manufacturing sectors where credentials must never fail. Our platform is trusted by over 500 customers. On average, they stay with us for 95 months. That's nearly 8 years. This long-term retention speaks to the reliability and value of our PKI management and credential solutions. So see for yourself. Okay, so let's add one more. PKI capabilities intersect with FIDO 2. CTAP 2.1 provides some control over devices, but our Versasec FIDO 2 enterprise features go way beyond that, offering enterprise-grade control for admins. The last circle we'll add is RFID, which here stands for physical access credentials, like building access badges, for example. Each circle here, PKI, RFID, and FIDO2 represent a different credential type that might be used in your organizations. The center overlap means you could be using 1, 2, or more of them, depending on your needs. vSEC CMS handles and automates all of them from one platform. One important correction at the end is that RFID is a type of physical access credential, not a replacement for physical access technology. Versasec supports RFID, but also other physical access methods like NFC or smart cards, using whichever is appropriate for your environment. Okay, so FIDO2 is being presented as something entirely out of the box. I hate to disagree, but let's unpack the hidden challenges of FIDO2 deployments when they're done without a credential management system like vSEC CMS. Under long setup, the slide points out that standard FIDO2 setups can take hours to configure manually. Device configuration and enrollment often requires multiple steps and significant IT time. The poor user experience column describes how both tech-savvy and non-technical users must manually enroll their devices for each identity provider. This adds stress, delays, and leads to support requests again. Finally, Out of Reach highlights that devices can be enrolled on personal sites, and human error or even man-in-the-middle attack can reset the device and wipe company setups entirely. Now here's the core insight of this slide. It shows only the pain points. Behind the scenes, vSEC CMS addresses them directly. Let's see how. With Enterprise FIDO2 management, we eliminate these issues entirely. Device issuance and IDP registration is automated. User onboarding is streamlined where there is no separate enrollments. Reset functions can be disabled on devices to avoid accidental wipes. Everything is auditable, controlled, and compliant. That's why vSEC CMS transforms FIDO2 from fragile and unsupported into dependable and enterprise ready. Let's look at some FIDO2 features you have with vSEC CMS. Min pin length. You can configure a minimum pin length for every future FIDO2 credential, enforcing consistent company-wide security policy. This is a CTAP 2.1 feature, fully supported by vSEC CMS. Force pin change. When a device is issued smart card or security key, users are required to change the pin on first use. This guarantees compliance with security settings and prevents weak initial pins. Force verification. vSEC CMS can enforce user verification for all self-service actions, such as requiring a PIN or fingerprint before allowing operations. This ensures only the legitimate user can activate or manage the FIDO credential. And you guessed it, we have more up our sleeves. Managed mode. This adds an administration layer so that all FIDO2 policy configurations, such as minimum pin length, enforcement of user verification, and device reset restrictions, are controlled centrally by IT. End users cannot change these settings. Manage reset. The reset function can be disabled to prevent accidental loss of enterprise configuration or potential security gaps caused by man-in-the-middle style resets on the device. Allow list. You can restrict where FIDO2 devices are allowed to authenticate by defining an allow list of relying party domains. This ensures tokens only work on approved services and mitigates shadow IT risk. Unblock FIDO key. If a user forgets their FIDO PIN, IT can remotely unblock the credential centrally. No full device reset required. This can be done in both online and offline scenarios, keeping existing credentials intact, as previously mentioned. So why does this matter at all? These are not CTAP 2.1 features. They are beyond standard enterprise controls that are only available on select FIDO2 hardware. With these features, organizations can manage FIDO at scale without sacrificing control or security. And these are just 4 of the full feature set. You can find the full feature set on our website. Huge thank you for joining our Summer Series 2025 session. On the right, you'll see a QR code that links to our free evaluation download page. You don't see enterprise-grade software being offered for free every day now, do you? After scanning, you can register for a free evaluation. You'll be able to explore vSEC CMS fully functional in evaluation mode because it's up to 10 user licenses or credentials, which is perfect for testing real-world scenarios. There is zero commitment, just a hands-on way to try it out yourself. If you'd like a guided walkthrough, then schedule a demo or start with documentation and case studies available on our website. You'll find everything you need to get started confidently. Thanks again for your attention. Here's to a smarter and more secure credential management with vSEC CMS.